Hello, children of the night, and welcome to the Collective Quarter with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon, and our collective quarter is for the souls, the spirits. We're not picking out any particular tools, we're just all coming together and cheering each other on, getting through it. And coming from Scorpio season and entering into Sagittarius season on our quarter moon, our last quarter moon in Leo, it's an experience. It is. We have, I don't know, all of these new ideas are being birthed, and we want to go out and do them. We're just so excited to come out with this new, transformation. But we had to light the candle 3 times. We had to take a step back from all of the things that were new that we were trying to do and fall back on that old regimen and pattern, not because we weren't supposed to progress, but I think we just weren't quite ready for all of that alchemy so quickly. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of fire and ice going on at this point in time. And that's okay. It's okay to take our time, to take a step back. I think we're on a handful of retrogrades right now, actually, now that I think about it. A Mercury retrograde coming up. Oh, right. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be do-overs. We're going to have to revisit a lot of stuff, aren't we? Oh, we sure are, but it's all for the sake of getting it right. Look at... I can't show you because the camera situation that we've been rigging and working up over here did not come through as planned. Total setback. But our candle's burning brightly now. It is ready. We're ready now. I swear and promise we are. The old faithful ways are what got us this far. It's okay to keep practicing them while working out the kinks of this new circumstance and situation that we are trying to uphold. Those old rituals and habits existed for a reason. As long as we keep making good choices, we will find our way through. We will be able to express and hold that cup and figure out if we're actually needed in a situation or not. I'm sorry, I didn't see all the cards. And figure out if we're actually needed in a situation or not. And to figure out if we are actually needed in a situation or not. That was funny. I knew the Page of Swords was there. I did not know that the Five of Cups and Two of Cups were hanging out behind it. Are we actually needed in this situation, or are we overpouring, overextending? Being able to determine what is the right amount, what is the right ingredients to add to this alchemy that the Two of Cups brings us. This new creation coming on, bubbling up inside of us. Because it's that fire, it's that ice. Like, it had to come out. It was on the bottom of the deck. It had to. It was at the bottom of the stack. Like, it had to come out, it had to come together, but we had to get those parts and elements right. It's very important to navigate the situation, because you don't want to end up in a situation of overgiving or overindulging. We can't just keep pouring and pouring until our shelves run empty. All of our bottles, all of our reserves, all of our cups, we can't just keep giving them away. And we can't just keep swallowing that either. We can't keep being swallowed by our emotions. The Page of Swords is here to cut the bullshit. To cut that bullshit, that over need and over care. To cut it back, to hold something back while giving what is necessary and what is needed. Everybody had to put their proper elements into place in order to get this to come together. And it has been foretold. It shall come together. This shit will come together. I just wanted you to know. Oh yeah, that's right. I brought the traveling decks back in because I wanted to do a Queen of the Moon Oracle. And the vice versa, we're hanging out in there and they're like, no, pick me too. I was like, but the steampunk seems so appropriate for coming out of Scorpio season. At the same time, it is Sagittarius season. And these cards are still a little icy. They're still a little cold. I just split the deck. Hey, Sagittarius season. There you are. New life after death. I just want to come out with it all. And that new. Ah, there she'd be. I knew she was coming. I thought she was going to come in the steampunk deck. That's funny. I was channeling, getting ready for this. Like I said, it took an enormous amount of time to pull this together off. I tell you, it was wild. But this was one of the cards that I was like meditating on for Sagittarius season, was the Queen of Wands. The discipline of desire versus escapism. Am I closing my eyes and pretending that I'm somewhere else because I don't want to deal with the issues? Or am I actively expressing a desire? Am I centering myself in the place and position that I want to be? Or am I acting in toxic selfishness or self-serving, self-servitude? That's what it is. Just a whole thing. It was a whole thing that I've been working on in my head. I wanted to do a separate speech about it, and I also wanted to do it here. So, yes, the Lovers and Temperance, the balance, the discipline, the control, knowing how much is enough. Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands coming together with fire and water to set shit on fire. To light things up, to light the path, to clear a path, to start new, to move in new ways after what has died in our Scorpio season. It is that rebirth. Yeah, I know, it is. It's still kind of a little bit like looking out on a world that we haven't quite Can't quite touch yet. But we gotta believe that we're standing in the middle of it, even though we're still sitting in these four walls. We're still sitting in these four walls, but we do have to use that imagination, that desire for delusion, to put ourselves in those positions. Really, it's a part of it, and that's why we have to understand and learn how to give that balance of expressing and indulging in our desires, but also not getting lost in escapism so that we don't have to deal with the four walls surrounding us, because the four walls surrounding us did have to come down in order for us to step out into the new pillars that are being formulated for us. How many more fours can I put into that sentence? Four. Okay. 4 to 5. We're taking you. We're gonna elevate and we're gonna escalate. 4. Sorry, 4 cups. Drop back out. Too funny. I know it's not funny. I know it's very sad. It's very tragic. Where is it? It's in there. I'm gonna sit with this for a second. Bring myself back down from the delirious escapism of like, it's not real. It's not real. Because when the waves crash back in over you, like, oh, yeah, that was real. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that got washed out in Scorpio season. Things that we cared about, we might have dropped, let spill out, given up on. But it might have been necessary for us to put those things down. Because if we didn't lose those cups, we might not ever have found the bridge. We might not have ever realized that we held 2 of our very own cups, unspilled, saved, reserved. And we can take those with us. It'll be enough to get us by. We're coming into winter after all. Is there no way that I can, like, show you what just happened here? This is why, if we had the other camera working, you might have more easily seen this. I'm gonna just do a little picture here with my phone, and we're gonna snap this in real quick, because that's a part of the reading. And 1414, 1414. That's the time marker for us to remember to cut that back in. We spent some time. We spent more time on this than we intended, but my God, so much has come out, so much has been revealed, so much has, wants, needs to be done, is happening, is going on. there's just like lightning striking everywhere. Not just in this card, but in a multitude of cards. I just want to pull this out from underneath. This was underneath it. This was at the foundation of our little house of cards that we have built here. Our little stack of tower of cards. Yeah. 6? 6? Is that lovers? That's not the lovers. Who are you? I want to know who's in the middle. The lovers is in the middle. The lovers is the foundation. The lovers is the foundation of this card tower, and I gotta stop this for a second and resume into life. Hold on. Well, that was fortunate, actually, because now we have a nice little break so I can go back and find that, so I can cut that photo in for you. Oh, what the heck just happened here? Yeah, in fact, the stabilizing factor and the thing that is holding up this entire stack deck is the lovers. One more. Hold on. Can I reach it with the cord? It's plugged in. We're charging. No! I knocked over the house of cards. Okay. Yeah, trying too hard to, like, figure out the wonder and the magic sometimes just ruins the fun. So, embrace and enjoy the journey. It is there. There's a little feet, though, just so we know. It's there. It's there. Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. I can't believe we're still doing this. We do not have this kind of time, guys. We don't have this kind of time available to us. Why are we doing this? Why are we even? Like, they are clearly not paying attention. But they are. And I think that in itself is that perspective and reflective that we need to take in, that even though different people utilize and focus with different tools, that doesn't mean that we're not still guided towards the same mission, towards the same purpose. This is where we meet. You do things your way, I do things my way. But we're still coming together at this hangman's gallows, hanging out, learning the lessons, learning how to see things from new perspectives, and that willingness What is this? What is this nonsense? That willingness to apply those disciplines, to focus in on what it is that you really should be doing in your life and not paying attention to attachments, faces. This is keeping things movable. That is the secret, the key, the ability to fearlessly face this death of thought and action that very much needed to die. These patterns, habits, and behaviors, they did not serve us, and that is why we had to come to that Ten of Swords moment, and we had to face it with the light and fire of Sagittarius burning it out. So we have the Empress, and then those fated lovers. The love, the nurture, the growth, the magic of the garden that grows from the darkest places and into the light, from the underground into the light. That's funny. Hilarious, guys. Hilarious. No, but the earth, air, water, fire really is coming out in a pretty good balance, repetition, rotation situation. And I almost want to say that we're coming from opposite sides to come together. It's like creating that nurturing space to bring your two sides together to function as one, in love, in light, and towards the higher mission. 4 swords, 5 pentacles, 9 cups. We are walling ourselves off and limiting ourselves based on the fact that this is a world of too much or not enough. We only ever have way too much of something, or we have nothing at all, and we're completely desperate in desperation, and that is what feeds this cycle. That's what keeps us walled in, that's what keeps us blocked out from anything, is not understanding, getting so lost in that desperation state of having nothing, that when you finally are given, what you're given is way too much, and you indulge and take too much. That was the beginning of this. We're circling back to the very beginning. It all circles back. It's fine, guys. Seriously. But yeah, it's a question and a willingness to put a death to those patterns and cycles, and opening ourselves up to all possibilities. There's no other way. This pair of 7s in this particular pattern, it could be good, it could be bad. You can't really choose. It's going to be what it's going to be, and we have to release that control. You know, you're either blessed and gifted, or you're getting stolen from. Get the give and the take. But somehow, some way, they equal and balance each other out. Right? These 7 cups gifted, these 7 swords stolen. There was an exchange happening, and though seemingly malicious, is not necessarily vicious, because it's perfectly even. It's perfectly balanced. Who would have thunk? Who would have knew? Who would have known? The King of Swords, strength, and the 6 of Swords. Is it time to go yet? 7:47 on that counter. Is it time to go yet? Yeah. The patient king waits out the storm. The maiden cares for her beast, and we're all just sitting in our boat waiting to go. Waiting and ready to go. Let's go. Let's move. Although we are going to get into our oracle, and remember to cut in that crazy deck stacking nonsense that we did. So that was cool. It was fun. Why do I want to take this? Expect the unexpected. It does. It feels like that, though. Like I said, with those 7s balanced out like that, it could go either way. But just know that whichever way it goes, it's going to be even. It's going to be square. It's going to be balanced. We've got the 2 of Cups. We've got the Lovers out here. There is so much restoration happening. don't get too caught up. Alright. Wisdom, yeah. Don't get too caught up in what it is that we want to see happen. Don't attach yourself too aggressively to the outcome. Just have that 22 wisdom to know that everything does work out. Like, I can't stop staring at this. The star and the sun are just popping out from the lovers and the empress, and it's like, it's night and day. And having the wisdom to know and understand that the sun goes down, the stars rise up, and then the stars fall, and the sun comes back. And it's all just a cycle, it's all just a pattern, it's all just a phase. It's all a part of the growth process. It's all a part of the waxing, the waning, the ebb and flow of the waves, the in and out of breath and movement, and finding those stable points in between where we can hold. And put that into practice. When you feel yourself wanting to give in to those distractions, recognize that those things existed for a good reason and a good purpose. But we also know that that's not how we want to keep moving forward. So taking those small steps, those small actions, taking those breaths and finding that balance, that is going to help you to function and flow and move with the currents much easier. I think we did it. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic moon, and we'll see you next time.